Hello everyone, this is Movie Store, and today we are going to talk about a psychological thriller run that was released in November of last year. Even if you know the outline of the plot, believe me, this film will surprise and probably alarm you. Have a comfortable seat. We begin. The plot of the movie takes place in a pediatric intensive care unit. A team of doctors does everything they can to save a newborn girl who was born prematurely. The baby's mother is allowed to go to the window of the incubator and look at her daughter. The woman can't take her eyes off her inch-long baby girl and, in desperation, almost demands assurances from the doctors that she will survive. Then everything disappears and all that is left is a black screen, on which one diagnosis after another is minted. The next scene takes us to a meeting of the Club for Parents of Special Children, the word of a woman who tearfully shares with the group her feelings about the impending separation from her child. She explains that such emotions are often characteristic of parents who spend more time with their children than is the case in normal families. Then the word is passed to another mother who is in similar circumstances. But Diane Sherman not only doesn't cry, she doesn't even look upset. Then we get to the house where Diane and Chloe live. We observe their usual morning at Chloe. She begins with taking a handful of medications, an asthma inhaler and the usual morning sickness. The girl, paralyzed, gets around in a wheelchair. The child is sincerely sorry, but fortunately, she has a wonderful caring mother by her side. She does not miss a single thing, serves pills, cooks a balanced, healthy breakfast for diabetics, gives her daughter a massage, works in her garden beds with organic vegetables. And on top of everything, she does with Chloe lessons, because the girl is homeschooled. In addition, the mother thought it would be better for the child to grow up without a smartphone, and the girl is used to spending time on business, not on idle entertainment. Every time the mail truck pulls up to the house, Chloe drops everything and hurries downstairs. What if it's a letter for her from college? It seems all this teenager wants is to become a student and get a taste of adult independent life. Hearing another car noise, Chloe hurries to the front door as usual, but it's not the mailman, it's Mama who arrives. Diane puts her purchases on the table, but then she gets a call and the woman goes outside, where she can get better reception, and Chloe the child rushes to the packages, hoping to snatch some candy while Mama is out of sight. Unintentionally, she notices a container of pills, but for some reason it does not have her own name on it, but her mother's. Is her mother sick? But Chloe did not ask, remaining satisfied with the fact that the trick-or-treating was a success. In the evening, Diana goes to her daughter to bring her the usual portion of medicine. Among the many pills, the girl suddenly notices the same gray-green capsule from her mother's box. The girl can't stand it and asks, "Is this medicine for her?" Diana is surprised by the question, but the girl admits that she went through the shopping and read to whom the pills were prescribed. Diana, as a loving mother, does not scold the child, but explains that on the container she writes the name of the recipient of the medicine, not the patient. It's strange, hasn't Chloe seen her pills 1,000 times? They always had her own name on them. The curious girl catches a moment later and reaches for the shelf with the medicine. She picks up the very same gray-green capsules and sees a completely different label already. This one has her name on it. Looking closely, she notices that the label is pasted over another, older one. She peeks underneath and is convinced that the medicine was prescribed to her mother after all. In the evening, the puzzled Chloe decides to skip taking this incomprehensible capsule to get to the bottom of it. She makes her way to her mother's computer and enters in the search bar the name of the drug trigoxin, but the browser does not work. The internet connection is missing and the girl goes to bed with nothing. When Chloe comes down in the morning, her mother argues with someone on the phone. It is clear from the conversation that she will have to wait a long time. Her mother is not satisfied with this answer, and she gets angry. When Diana hangs up the phone, Chloe asks when exactly he will appear. Diana looks at her daughter suspiciously, as she realizes it was about the internet. The girl honestly answers that she turned on the computer while her mother was asleep, but when Diana asks why, she feels better to lie, and says that she wanted to find out why the printer is glitchy. Unclearly, Chloe's anxiety increases. She waits until her mother goes out into the yard to water the beds and rushes to the house phone. The girl calls the pharmacy, but the machine tells her that the number is being recorded, and she immediately hangs up. Another call to the information desk. The girl tries to reach the pharmacist through it, but when the last step is left, She is told that the cost of the call is 99 cents and will be included in the bill. Chloe in a panic cuts off the call again, her heart pounding, but the girl does not give up her attempts. She goes to the extreme. She dials a random number. The phone is picked up by a guy who along the way quarrels with the girl. Chloe begs him to listen to her and do her a small favor, just Google the medicine. The guy doesn't care at all, but the girl shows some smarts and assures him that the girlfriend will definitely come back. It works, and the guy goes along with Chloe. He Googles trigoxin and reads that it's a heart medication. Yes, the girl has a heart problem, everything comes out okay, but what's the catch? The girl feels there should be one, and she cleverly clarifies. What does the medication look like? Are all the pills the same? Yes, says the boy, they are all the same. Pure and naive, Chloe is faced with a lie for the first time. She must find out the truth. Chloe asks her mother to take her to the movies. It's that rare occasion when she gets a chance to get out of the house. During the show, she goes out ostensibly to go to the bathroom, while she herself, struggling to hurry to the drugstore across the street. Hell, not again, the line is long and her mother will start looking for her any minute now. Chloe shrugs off the embarrassment and asks people to let her through. She pulls up to a pharmacist she knows and asks to be told what the medicine is. She has all the green capsules with her. The pharmacist is surprised. Didn't her mother tell her about the pills? Chloe is forced to tell her that the medicine is not hers, but assigned to her mother. Information private. Poor girl in a feverish search for a solution. Behind the back of the pharmacist, photo with a prize for winning the quest. Eureka! You see, this is a game my mom and I have. She gave me a task to find out what this pill is. I have to do it myself. The pharmacist still can't get around the law, but she's punching the pill on the computer for herself. Chloe, your mom gave you a trick assignment. It's medicine for dogs. You should have asked at the vet pharmacy. The girl is already having trouble breathing with excitement and fright. For dogs? What's it for? It's a muscle relaxant. What happens if you give it to people? The pharmacist shrugs his shoulders, and the world around Chloe floats away. Then Diana bursts into the pharmacy. She pushes people around and yells that the child is delirious amidst the drug change. People disperse, and Diane gives Chloe an injection. The girl wakes up in her room around 04:00 the next day. She calls for her mother, but gets no answer. When she tries to open the door, Chloe realizes that the room is locked from the outside. This scares the child even more. The girl figures out how to open the lock, but the door still won't budge. Diana locks the girl securely with a mop. Chloe realizes that she must escape from the trap, even if through the window. She takes a blowtorch in plaid, puts water in her mouth, and with great effort, makes her way across the roof to the window of her mother's room. There, the girl burns the glass with the soldering iron, then splashes water on it and the glass cracks, laying the plaid to avoid getting hurt by the shards. Chloe finally gets into the open room. She's spent so much energy, so tired. Not this. The inhaler was left on a shelf far away. Panting and almost fainting, Chloe crawls back to herself. Finally, a life-saving breath. Chloe gets into the elevator on the stairs, but her mother has damaged the wires. The girl drops her chair and prepares to crawl up the stairs, as she falls off and flies down. Chloe opens her eyes, lying on her back. Her body hurts terribly, her head is broken. The girl can feel her toe and is able to wiggle it. Another terrible suspicion is almost proven. Determination gives Chloe strength. She gets out of the house in a wheelchair. Now it's faster to the people. But where to get them? Chloe and her mother live in the middle of nowhere, far from homes. The only hope is that someone's car will pass by. The girl hears the sound of an engine, and suddenly she is terrified. It could be her mother. She turns into the bushes, but soon realizes that a mail truck is coming. At the last second, she pulls out onto the road and almost gets run over. The girl tells the letter carrier what happened, and then Diane's car appears on the road. She notices her daughter's baby carriage behind the truck and stops. Now Chloe's life depends only on who the letter carrier believes, her or her mother, where she turns on all the charm and presses all the levers. But the men realize that the case is not clean and are willing to take responsibility and take the child to the police, rather than give her mother. Diana seems to calm down and agrees to go to the station. They will sort it out, but suddenly she rushes at the man and gives him a shot in the neck. He loses consciousness. And the next shot goes to a sobbing Chloe. This time she finds herself in the basement of the house in a chair chained to a table. The girl reaches into boxes nearby and finds a stack of letters. One of them is written to her, a notice that she is enrolled in college. An unhappy child ready to smash everything around her. If only she had the strength. Chloe crawls to the other boxes and sees her childhood photo among other things. The girl in the photo laughs and runs. So that's it. Her mother was poisoning her with medication. What could be worse? But here's more documentation: is Chloe Sherman's death certificate. Age at death 211. Next is a newspaper clipping about an infant abduction. Istikman Hospital. The matrix collapses and Chloe is barely able to breathe under its rubble. Diane arrives in the basement, unable to accept her new reality. Chloe is holding a newspaper with a picture of her parents. She is about to inject Chloe with household neurotoxins and take full control, even if in a vegetable state. Chloe crawls to the pantry in terror and drinks the organophosphate. The girl gets it right. This scary woman needs her. Diana has no choice but to take the child to the hospital. There she learns that a psychologist should talk to the girl because of a suicide attempt. But for now Chloe is hooked up to the systems and cannot communicate in her room. Chloe gets the attention of a nurse and makes signs explaining that she wants to write something. They give her paper and a pencil, but at that moment an alarm sounds from another room and the nurse runs out. Diana seizes the moment, puts Chloe in a wheelchair and drives her to the exit. The surprised nurse finds the room empty and notices a leaf left by the girl. It has one word "mother" on it. The nurse calls security. At this time Diana desperately tries to get Chloe out, but for some reason the stroller is not moving. She looks down and sees that the girl is struggling to get her feet on the floor. Diane pulls out her gun, but the guard immediately shoots her in the shoulder and she falls down the high stairs. The continuation of this story we see 7 years later. Chloe comes to the hospital. She is still moving around in a wheelchair, but she gets up on her feet to step over the metal detector. She takes a seat at her bedside, a drained, severely aged woman, and tells her the latest news from her life. About the grandparents of her 7-year-old daughter. Husband's work. Chloe, just as she dreamed, went into medicine and is engaged in prosthetics. She is especially happy when she hands her children dentures. At the end of the date, Chloe pulls a cellophane-wrapped gray-green capsule from behind her cheek and, with the words, "I love you, Mom, and now open your mouth wide," leans in. That's the end of the movie. And that's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you later.